what's poppin', man? Welcome to reality. We got a little video here from the Whatever podcast. I see it says, has women empowerment hurt women? Me personally, I believe it has, because women don't live in reality anymore. And I believe that the more traditional women did live in reality because they understood what roles are. And I find now that this women empowerment shit, it made women who aren't necessarily traditional still want traditional men. And they don't give a fuck that the traditional men, they want women who are traditional. And women empowerment has, they got away from that. Yeah, let's just watch the video and see what they're talking about. Excuse me.
How much more women empowerment can we have at this point? Like, I've been trying to bring this up this entire podcast. I don't know where we're going to draw the line where women take more accountability.
I'll be honest, the fact that a woman is asking and mentioning accountability is like a positive already, because women don't take accountability for much of anything. And that's because the world has made it so that they don't necessarily have to. And when I say the world, I mean the Western world. Like, they really just don't have to take accountability for much of anything. But yeah, let's continue.
Seems like non-traditional women want traditional men. Women want.
I literally just said that shit. I just said that because that's like the biggest thing. That's like the biggest thing. You want motherfuckers to be everything for you, and you do nothing for them. That don't work, man. That shit don't work. But I'm gonna just let the whole shit play.
Men to provide, be financially stable, lead the family, be financially fit or be physically fit, also be emotionally in tune enough to not only manage their own emotions but their women's emotions, be able to guide everything. Like, I don't know how much more we can ask from them without taking
all those
accountability.
Things are very basic things.
I do too.
How much more?
Oh my God! Listen, that's a real smart woman right there, man. That's a smart woman. You want a man to do everything for you, and you do nothing. And then the other chick has the nerve to say she think that's basic. And the other chick is like a porn star or something. Like, are you fucking stupid? You gotta be fucking dumb to think you're gonna get a traditional man and you're a porn star. But like, you don't really seem to understand that you taking dicks, and even worse, you taking dicks as a profession, is not getting you a traditional man. Cause you so far from being a traditional woman that you're not even gonna be entertained. Women don't live in reality most times, man. It's so fucking crazy. And the younger you are, the less in tune with reality you are as a woman. And don't get me wrong, like, there's men who don't live in reality, but it's much less common because reality is harsh to men. So you have no choice but to live in reality as a man. Like, as a man, nobody's taking care of you. Nobody's coming to save you, so you have to live in reality. Whereas women, they don't have to. And it is what it is. Like, that's the way the world is. But the whole women empowerment shit, on top of still wanting to have access to men who are going to take care of you, all the while you run around doing what the fuck you want. Those things don't go together. They never will. They never will. And excuse me, like, women don't understand the traditional aspect. Like, in it's a problem here in the West because, like, women, go ahead, do what the fuck you want, get a job, be a career woman, do what makes you happy, but understand that the guys that y'all typically want, you're excluding yourself from them. You're excluding yourself from them. Like, men not out here after that. Like, they don't want career women, they don't want boss women, they don't want that shit. Like, it's a turnoff. And the guys who want y'all don't want them because they're not the traditional type of men. And I understand that traditionally, like the whole traditional man, traditional woman shit is kind of it's really hard to be absolutely traditional nowadays because of the way the world is. The virgin shit is usually like it's out the window. Like it's really hard to even find that. And you know, women who cook, clean, they understand their place in the relationship. And you know, women get triggered when you say shit like they know their place in a relationship, but both parties have a place. Men have a place, women have a place. Like there's no point to be upset or offended when both parties have a place. Just like these girls, they want the guy to be better than them in damn near every regard. That would be the man's place. To be financially fit or physically fit or both. More times they want both. You know, to be a leader, to be emotionally open enough to handle his shit, which he cannot. And like he cannot share with you, he can't lean on you with. But so most times he deal with that shit alone. He got to be open enough emotionally to deal with his shit as well as your shit. You fucking joking? It's so crazy. Like, oh man, it's hilarious, bro. It's funny, it's sad, and it's just, this shit is comedy to me. It's really comedy to me. Like these women nowadays, they really just want everything and offer nothing. Offer nothing. Run their mouth off. Like, I know a lot of women like that. Like they offer nothing to the world, but somehow think that the world owes them everything. You fucking stupid. You're dumb as shit. You're dumb as shit. And I really feel bad for you. I really feel bad for you. And some of them are young, some of them are old, and it's like, how can you possibly, at your age, think that same way? At no point did you wake up, and that's because some women really just refuse to understand what reality is. And it hurts them down the line. Like, it's really bad for them. It's really bad for them. You know, women, they really feel like they have to settle down the line, and they're never happy when they feel like they had to settle. When in reality, you didn't have to settle. That's where you were the whole time. You just were delusional prior. You know, it's shit is really crazy. The shit is really crazy. But yeah, like I mean, the women empowerment shit, terrible. Terrible. And the fact that it's still going on, like, to where they putting women in places, like, in media that they don't need to be, in sports where they don't need to be, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Seriously, like, what the fuck are we doing? We're not the same. We're not the same. Men and women aren't the same. And women nowadays have more rights and privileges than men, and they still feel like they are oppressed. This is the delusion that I'm referring to. Like, women are fucking delusional, man. It is crazy. But yeah, man, it made me feel good that the woman was saying the same shit that I was saying, because it's real shit. Women expect everything of men and offer nothing to the man. And men are very simple. They want you to look good, and that's subjective, but this is the things. They want you to look good. They want you to take care of home. They want you to respect them. Those are three things. Now, I know for a fact the looking good shit, that's one. The respect is more than likely two. And three is take care of home. Now, nowadays, if you're an average guy, you making your $42,000 a year, which I believe is the average salary in America now, $42,000 a year. You can't live most places with that, especially not in New York. You making $42,000 a year. You got 5 roommates, so yeah, like shit is rough, and the average salary being $42,000 a year, you're not going to be able to support a whole family with that. So it has gotten rough to where now women now, out of necessity, depending on where you live, you would have to work. Not as much as the man, but you would have to work most times, and it's fucked up. But that's not in the man's control. That's not in the man's control. That's just the way the world is now. It's like it's fucking expensive to live in most places, and it's beyond ridiculous in some places. As I said, like in New York, it's beyond expensive to live. But the whole thing is like the women want everything from men and offer nothing, and those three things that I was talking about, they don't do that. Man say something, they gotta argue that nigga down. Why you arguing that nigga down? I mean, and I'll tell you why they arguing that nigga down. Cause the empowerment shit. They boss babes. Boss babes are masculine, and what happens with masculine? You just clash. Motherfuckers just clash. Shit is crazy. And I could go on a whole fucking spiel about this shit, but I've been talking too much already, man. But like I said, I was happy that a woman spoke about this shit, and the girl there, I'm pretty sure if I find the whole video, she'll argue with the woman, because that's the way women are now. But like I said, I'm just happy that a woman sees it, and I'm hoping that more women will begin to realize that you can't expect a traditional man, and you're not a traditional woman. That's just what it is. You gotta live in reality, man. But that's what it is, man. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay in reality.